Hey guys, I just finished a private session with Raven, 9 uh, and I thought it was great. I learned a lot, really made me feel secure about stuff and showed me direction. I thought it was really good to share. So that's what we're going to do, share. A lot of you know Raven and I have something of a history. When he was not even a teenager yet, and he was playing at 6Q, I befriended him and helped him out some. Decade later, he comes back. 15 years later, he comes back, and he's like, now he's 9 and he says, "Oh, I'd be happy to help you." So he's been giving me some free stuff, and I said, "Today's got to be the last day because you're being just too gracious." So a little bit of history there. Great guy. Another little thing. He's done so much study that to say something, he'll go and say all this stuff. So the first time he and I tried to get together, complete failure. I couldn't understand a word of what he's saying. Too complex, too many ideas all bundled together. So he's been trying to simplify, simplify, simplify. His game's gotten cleaner because of that, and he's able to communicate cleaner because of that, which is just great. At least for me, it's great. So anyway, that's a long setup into it. Let's take a look. The premise is, well, I guess I'm talking some more here. One of the things I've done for students and the YouTube channel is I do a level up against Crazy Stone, start at 3Q, 13Q, and go up until I meet a loss. Well, I got all the way up to 5 Dawn, but when I hit 6 Dawn, there was a brick wall. A couple games where I'm evenish, but I keep falling short. So, hey Raven, hey Chris, what am I missing? So, this is him and I, and it's me playing against Crazy Stone, 6 Dawn, and me saying, "Here's what I'm seeing," and him going, "Yeah," or "Nah." So here we go. I'm white. Uh, Two choices, and I'm just going to go over the stuff I talked with him about and how I see things, and if he agreed or not. Most basic idea, I get cash. He gets a very solid group with center influence, which he loves. He being Crazy Stone. Okay. And that's fine for everybody. No one's at a loss there, but I don't like him getting so much stuff. Next idea, oh, this first. White gets this in Sente, right? Now I get to start this kind of picture. I like it. Oh, I love this. It looks like black got almost nothing in the bottom right, while white's upper right 4-4 is happy. This F3 is very happy. What could be bad? Well, it's not bad, nor is it good. It's just no one's lost anything or gained anything. It's a type of game one might choose to play. And sometimes I choose this because it's so pleasurable to me. On the other hand, this one's like easy meat and potatoes, don't have to think about it. So anyway, here we are in the game. You went this way, no problem. This way, no problem. And I get Sente. So I left all the marks. I thought about removing them and cleaning up the game, but I thought, well, a lot of this, what I'm showing you here is what he and I did, my thought process, what I questioned, what he didn't question, all that kind of stuff. Okay. So in my mind, he's developing the entirety of Area 1, meaning center. Black is great. No, it's not like right now the center's there, but rather everything's focused on the center, and I've got to be careful. Therefore, C is possible. Get in there now. B, sure, just don't get committed to it. D, tough. Bottom small. It's hard to get around the bottom being an uninteresting area. D's hard to accept. B, very acceptable. Area 2, yeah. Maybe plop down a stone at 2. It's just not doing anything. So this is my move. He says, yeah, that's probably where I'd play. I mean, it's like, yeah, regular old move. Okay. Comes out. Now we've got some choices. Let's look at some. Old style. Well, first, I'm developing the top. It's flat and flat. That's no good. Secondly, on top of that, he can make me real flat, and now he's got some more center. Everything about this stinks. This is just terrible. I would never do this. This, maybe, kind of put something of a pressure on black to come onto the top, but it's not biggest, so there's no rush. So yeah, possible, but not very forward looking. So it's not my style. You kind of want to do something. Well, then what? Jumping 3-3. As true as that is, let's go. We'll just do this one. We can see the great thing. Black being thick to the outside in this position, highly questionable. I would go as far as to say white's falling behind. Black's thickness is perfect. So we don't, yeah, not this one. Right? So we're like, well, what direction shall we start? There's a direction. Shall we let that stone be light and hit a 3-3? Well, now we're letting him have real control and get thick, you know. So the one I like is AI one, which is hitting this. Already, I feel like I have a handle on the center. And my group already feels stable. And if black plays this way, I have some backup. I can do a little thinner. This just feels much more active and center oriented. And so that feels okay to me. So that's my style, and that's the direction I went in. If here, one might attack, but it feels a bit false because my top area hasn't extended yet, right? It's the top is a target. Some scary stuff. I can back off. Not sure how I'd handle this. But what have we also looked at? Oh, he was saying black could probably just play away because black's not in trouble up there. Black could probably just play a big move. Okay, makes sense. Black played this way. So the 4 moves come to mind, right? And B is too submissive. How do you say that C is the only move? A and D are too passive, letting black do whatever he wants. B is submitting. C is the one that moves into the center, starts surrounding the black stone, get ready to fix the cut, all this kind of thing. So it seems pretty obvious. And here we see black B immediately being a weakness, right? So if we do anything else, he has Sente and our eyes are leaving, and he's getting eyes in space. That seems critical. He says, yeah, it all seems right, exactly. So I do that. Okay. Come up, can't let him turn. If he turns, I'm cut, right? At the moment, if he Ataris, I kill the cutting stone. But what if he Hanes? Oh, he can cut me now. And now he's surrounded the center. Can't let it happen. So I have to come out. Chris is like, yeah, everything's so far he agrees with all my thoughts and all my moves. He did add a couple of variations, other things I could think about, which was nice. I really got a lot out of my time with him. Okay, he extends. And now it's been a long time since I played at a high level. So now I'm feeling a little intimidated because I remember playing with them professional 9 dans and Korean professional 4 dans. It's like, oh man, I used to have confidence, not in the win, but in good moves. And now I'm like, I don't think I could come up with anything anymore. This is fears. So that's why I'm like, okay, here, I'm telling him, right? I don't like A because it gives black complete control to whatever he wants to do. He could walk away, he could start messing with my corner, he could do anything. Black's in control. What I'd rather do, and he completely agreed, kick and take the corner. And some of you don't know this, we'll just take a quick look. If black comes in and starts to do his thing, and I say, no, I'm going to cut you. I'm going to come out. No. There's a cut there that's really nasty, right? Nasty cut. So maybe black will say, I'm going to get a couple liberties so I can cut you. I say, no, I don't want you to cut me. And black lives. Holy cow, my corner's gone. It's really, yeah, we don't like this. Sometimes it's okay. We don't mind. But in this case, I'm like, no, this saves the cut. Let's just look at it. So as black plays this, I can just go for the kill, whatever kill it is, and there's no cut there. Okay, so this move saves the corner is the point. And separates the black groups, and black's top group, I'm feeling like, okay, it's in my sights, and I'm feeling good. Okay, so I think we're caught up to here. In my mind, I'm still looking at white A, because that black group looks weak to me. Now, I can't surround it, and it is thick and everything, but I'm looking forward to A. I'm looking forward to surrounding and messing with the B group. I feel like I'm ahead here. He's like, yeah, I think you have an advantage. So we're, again, on the same page. All's good. White, black. So here was the first point in the game where I really got a move I would not think of. Or I would think of it, but I would think of it as a pass, not a pass. Too slow. Okay. My C group, I'm fine. Absolutely true. This is something I do that's lazy. Like, oh, that group's fine. What can since I'm fine, let me go think of something I want to do. For instance, living at D. Oh, that's a nice big move. Let's go do something now that I'm fine. But what I don't do, used to do, but not anymore, is this C group. Yes, it's true that it's fine. And let's say the C group has me. I had A and B. Let's look at that. White, we'll just have white pass, and that lets us see what kind of trouble we could be in. So black plays the move. We pass. Black plays the move. And I'm like, yeah, and I'm out and I'm fine. Yeah. But what black got in area 1 versus what is your A group really doing if white doesn't get hurt on top, then black got the better part of it. And your group actually isn't even alive yet. So the phrase he used that was particularly helpful, the C group looks like it could use another move. I actually typed it out. It looks like it needs another move. Interesting way to phrase it. So I can only think of it like it's me-I. I'm healthy in me-I. Yes, but one of the me-I's is particularly big and useful. A. Oh, this is where I get hurt in high level nowadays, is I go take a big move. He plays A for points, and I'm not quite alive, and that lasts surprisingly long time. While if I play A, which I did, all of a sudden I have Aji. Like there's a gap at A where I can mess with stuff. I can start thinking about pinching at B and hurting him. That his group there isn't all it could be. And he can never mess with me. Like he can't defend his A group in Sente against me because I'm alive already. So saving this group, making it healthy now, is not only big, but gives me the future. And he also pointed out this is true because there's really nothing else going on at the moment. There's no fight, there's no urgency to get somewhere. So play the extra move, get your group healthy and strong for the future. I know all that intellectually, but seeing it here was very meaningful to me. Okay. Do we look at this variation? Yeah. We looked at that, and now we're playing this. He plays here. Here's another move where I would have faltered if he was not helping me play. I did a quick read, and this is where I got lazy, right? If I play the move I want, that's the premise. Of course, we would like to capture this stone. And I do any sort of capture, I'm cut. Oh, well, since that's no good, we won't do that. That's lazy. Let's look at the alternative. Instead, I'm going to have to come back and fix this. He got that for free. Oh, yeah, but I had to. I'm so sad I had to. I can hear that attitude, and it makes me sick to my stomach. You don't want B, you do want A. So spend a little more time reading A. If it's possible, do some sacrifice, do something. Be submissive, and it makes you sick to your stomach. A is obviously what you want. So we went forward with this, and I'm like, okay, a little scary. Come out. It's the move you want, right? Next to Hani's fantastic. He came in this way. I got this far in my reading. I'm like, oh, I fall apart. Therefore, I won't play it. It's like, it's not falling apart. And that's where the key is. Oh, but my corner. That's the attitude I had. Give it up. Give it up. It's fine. Oh, that attitude. So important. Just give it up. There's other things going on. I used to be able to give it up so easily and keep my eye on the target. Now it's like, give it up, but that's my corner. Okay. So, Hane, only move because we're about to die there, right? He Hanes, we die. So, no choice. I have to Hane. He plays. I'm about to die. I can say with A or B, B does more. Okay, all makes sense. He fixes here because I'm just going to tear him apart. Okay, great. Then now I need to kill the corner. And B's the move that came to mind, but it offers this idea, which is good for black, and it offers this idea, which is scary. I actually didn't think of C, which is the strong move. So that's the third help he gives in this game. Well, C's the strong move to take care of it. Well, that's true. I just don't think of that. And he goes for the surround. So now we need to go and make sure we're stable and that his two black stones in the corner are dead. C does it, fixes our cut, and of course he'll die. But it doesn't have an immediacy to it. While A, boom, they're dead. B, also they're dead, but leaves, I'm weak around C, right? Now, I'm going through this quickly because there's a lot to go through. So maybe high Q and Don players are the ones this is pointed at. I'm just saying I had a fantastic lesson and want to share it. The move I didn't consider and didn't play because I would never play it. Years ago at my peak, I think I would have found it, but not a chance nowadays. And that's D. Well, that's a weird move. Yeah, but let's say he does the obvious. Well, then we can do the snapback. We're completely connected, and he's got a really nasty cut left behind. Oh, well, that worked out well. Yeah, that's a lot of think ahead, read ahead. I'm more of a meat and potatoes guy, so I just went this way. Take care of business. That's all I want. Yeah. He comes out, and now we have time to take a breath, right? His D group out into the center. Okay, that's done. His D group is at least out center, taking the right. He's got a few E stones that really don't mean anything right now. They're just extra. He'd be very happy to let them go. Not that I can take them, but if he gives me E and surrounds the center, the E is so small. Okay, so we're not about to attack something, capture something. So then what? Well, this is like just the bottom is so uninteresting. Why the heck are we playing there? May as well play the 3-3. Now we're taking points in life. The problem is the center is like, wow. Now he's like, well, that's true, but you have a lot of points. Perhaps it's worthwhile to ask, how many do black really need here? Maybe you can just, limit it and be fine. Well, that's not my style. That's a lot of thinking. I don't like to do a lot of thinking. I'd rather do something and, take care of the center. C is one of the normal moves. Some people don't know it as a normal move. The idea is that in this invasion, if black says no, and then black says, you see the black group here. You see it looks heavy and difficult. Well, what if I had a free move here? Ooh, this invasion's starting to work out. He's going to have to work hard to not be in trouble here. That's the meaning of C, is it prepares for an invasion. The trouble is black has this wall all prepared. So the invasion is actually, even with C, is getting difficult. Still, it's a good move. It makes the bottom big. If, for instance, he will just put it somewhere as a stupid move for black, but we'll say he goes there. Now the bottom move becomes easy and big. So there's a lot to say about it. But the problem, and this was a help, the way he pointed this out, this move is soft. It doesn't do anything. Well, I'm getting a center. Yeah, but and it's like a one-purpose move, right? It doesn't do anything. Doesn't ask a hard question, doesn't particularly threaten anything. Black can go do whatever he wants. I mean, Black can play a big move. What'd you accomplish? Really nothing other than a gote move to limit the center. So it helped me understand what the word soft meant. It's like, yeah, it's an in general move and not doing anything specific. Well, what would specific be? Boom. I'm alive. I have points. I'll invade the center later. Oh, that's very specific. It's a plan. We're doing it. I don't like the plan personally, but I think it's playable. Well, then he says there is a third option. Now, I know he calls it his favorite move, which is A. And I'm like, that's not going to work in this case, is it? Now, that's a pretty silly thing to say because all it is an asking move, making Black declare what he wants. What are you going to do? That's all it does. So you can play it at any time. So from this point on, we start playing A, which is not a move I would make yesterday. Hopefully, from now on, it will be. It's a wonderful asking move. So we ask Crazy Stone, what do you want to do? Crazy Stone says, here. So I talked with Chris. I said, obviously A. I said, B looks pretty dicey. He says, B is probably fine, but yeah, A is the basic. Okay, we continue. Tari said, great. So I need to save the stone, or a better way of phrasing it, I need this interesting stone to have more liberties so that I can use it. It says, right. So got to start there. Now I'm like, great. I got what I wanted. Atari, 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 and then any sort of fix I wish. And his center's destroyed. This group is an easy group to live. Says, yeah, it's doable. Yeah. And you've achieved what you wanted. But there's a pattern. The pattern is here, get your sacrifice stone so it has liberties. So what's the proverb? When you're sacrificing a stone, make it two. And then the next proverb, when you're sacrificing two stones, make it three. So here we are. Our Aji stones are full of liberties. It's going to take Black a long time to get these stones, even if they're dead. It's going to take Black a long time to make sure they're not going to do anything. So this is scary because we haven't done anything yet. Nothing. All we've done is added some dead stones. So what if Black just, fixes? It's not like we can kill the stone or anything. He says, well, just come this way, and now the center's getting in trouble. Just, one thing at a time. Okay, well, Black did this. He says, well, yeah. Now you just follow your instincts. He actually quoted Mr. Yang. He says, cut and then think about it, right? So you got to cut. Start coming down. Those are your main stones. Just start coming. That's where the Aji is, right? And here he says, so what's the first thing you want to do? I said, well, first thing I want to do is here. He says, exactly. It's the only move. Okay? And then come down. All of a sudden, it's like, really? I've gotten away with this much? And then Atari, he can't save. If he saves, the whole thing dies. So he's got to do the Atari. I capture. That's one real eye. When it comes to a second eye, I have this cente, and then I can get an eye. There's so much Aji over here, and center moves and more side moves, and the idea of it dying is pretty much out of the question. So a great success. I'm like, I understand playing on faith that it's going to work out. Just that was a bit edgy for me. He plays here. I said, okay, to win this one game, just because black could still take a 100-point center. That's an overstatement, but I can't let him play A. It would start messing with my group, and it's just so thick. So that's necessary. Right, necessary. Then where? Normal moves. The wedge. Okay, yeah. And the wedge is like, we're doing this, and now we're back where we were. What are we going to do? So yeah, but it doesn't really solve anything. How about here? Okay. Now, the center still could get big. Says there is the other choice. This whole thing is saying his D group is weak. That's the big part of the equation. And his D group being weak, that's the way you get into their centers, by chasing the weak group. Absolutely standard. I said, well, then we'd have to play C. This is exactly. And then the Tsuji. And this is a place Q players, it's difficult. How do you see it? And to me, B, in a sense, is the move you want, but you can't play it because it's just cuts. It's just going to die. So you can't do the move you want, but you can sacrifice A, and that'll give you what you want. Hopefully that made some sense. He comes out, great, that gives me the honey. Great, then I fix, threatening to surround him. Here, what should we do? Well, he's got a weak group, a few weak groups. Now, again, Chris and I'm talking out loud. I'm reading out loud so he gets to see what's on my mind. He's like, yeah. I said, so first thing I want is A. And so I do a quick readout. Does something collapse? Right? Atari, kill. No. As a matter of fact, he's dead. So that's all I need to know. It doesn't collapse. So even if I'm not saying it kills, I'm saying I can play the move I want and I don't collapse. So I'll take it from there. Boom. And I believe this is where we ended it, right? Oh, no. So here, it's like, that's the move, right? Connect out. That's what we want. For him not to cut. Well, if he plays here, he can't cut. I'm sorry, if white plays here, black can't cut. Black's dead. Okay, so I get to, just like before, when you sacrifice a stone, make it 2, because all of a sudden you can use them more liberties. Great, use more. This saves the cut and gives me more Aji. He plays this way. Okay, now he can cut. I would still like to use those stones. I mean, they're useful stones. So he still can't cut. Oh, this is working out great. Tari, he still can't cut. Oh, Aji stones are so nice. I can't tell you how nice they are. Finish up with a beautiful move. Gosh, that's a great move. So if he does the Atari, that's a snapback, right? All works great. So there's just nothing he can do. I mean, if he crawls and Ataris, then still Atari, what, take the two, and I save I'm in the center, rock solid, and there's simply nothing. And he looked up how to go, and I'm like 15 plus points ahead. So I'll be memorizing this game as a means of what's that stuff? What's because I've been hitting this wall at the beating Crazy Stone at 6 on, and these are the things I'm too focused on. Oh, that's my corner. What a stupid thing to say. I know better than that. Oh, but my corner. That's a cue player talking. But I get this mentality just because I teach cues so much. Anyway, so things like that. Um, so hopefully you'll get something from it. Okay, that was it. Thanks a lot.